Well, good morning and welcome back to another edition of the Hiking Journal. I'm going to make a little change in the format. Instead of having my long 30-40 minute videos, I'm going to try to reduce them down to about 10 minutes. I think everybody will appreciate the fact that the videos will be shorter. They'll be easier to digest without having to set aside 30-40 minutes of your day, and make it a little easier for you to watch. We got back from the Kearsarge Lakes Adventure about almost a month ago, and I've had time to recuperate a little bit. My knee was acting up just a little bit coming down the steep grade, but it's doing fine now. And I'm getting ready to do a trip with my daughter to Scotland. So anyway, I'm all excited about that. Well, anyway, in this adventure, in this first part of our adventure, we're going to take a drive up Highway 395. We're going to go up to the town of Independence and make a left and head up to Onion Valley Campground and acclimate for a day before we start our adventure up the Kearsarge Pass Trail to our first nice destination at Flower Lake. On day 2, we're going to go from Flower Lake up and over Kearsarge Pass at 11,760 feet. And we're going to drop down to the Kearsarge Lakes Basin, which is about 10,995 feet. We're going to set up a base camp at Kearsarge Lakes number 3. And the next day, we're going to do a day hike down past Bullfrog Lake. And we're going to join the PCT and the John Muir Trail and hike over to Charlotte Lake, which has a seasonal ranger station. So that ought to be pretty cool. And then we're going to take the high trail back up to the junction, kind of near the pass, and then shoot back down to our base camp. On our last day, we're going to pack up camp and go back up over the pass and back down to Onion Valley before we head home. So the Kearsarge Lakes Adventure will be 3 parts, and this will be the first part, our hike from the Kearsarge Lakes Trailhead up to Flower Lake. That'll all be coming up next in this edition of the Hiking Journal. Stay tuned. When we were driving up toward Onion Valley, last check, Jerry said we were at 6,700 feet. I can guarantee you we're more than that now. And we got quite the view off to the left, off toward Owens Valley. And we're heading up all the way to 9,200 feet to Onion Valley Campground. So this is quite the climb. And it was 93 when we first exited from Independence on Market Street, and now it's 81, so it's already dropped 12 degrees in just a few miles. So I'm hoping it drops more, because I'd love to see it in the 70s or 60s. It'd be perfect. So we're slowly making the climb up to Onion Valley. All right, we're continuing up the road toward Onion Valley Campground. Boy, what a view here. As we're getting higher up, we're getting into more pine trees and more color and jagged rocks and some really steep corners here, tight curves. And some tremendous views overlooking Owens Valley. Keep my eyes on the road here as we make our corner. Just stunning up here. Well, good morning. Today we're out here in the Indian National Forest at the Onion Valley Trailhead for the Kearsarge Pass Trail. We're going to be going up and over, eventually, Kearsarge Pass over to Kearsarge Lakes and by the Kearsarge Pinnacles, and eventually we'll work our way over toward Charlotte Lake, which is just on the west and southern side of the Ray Lakes Loop. So for today's adventure, we're going to be heading up Kearsarge Lakes Trail to Flower Lake. That's going to be our first night's destination, and the reason for that is the high elevation. We're flatlanders. We come from near sea level, and our acclimation base camp was here at Onion Valley Campground, and that's at 9,200 feet. And today we're going to climb about 1,600 feet to Flower Lake, and our campsite around the lake is going to be about 10,500 feet. So even though this is going to be a short hike today of only about 2.5 miles, it's going to be about 1,600 feet of gain, and we have to deal with the altitude. And the load. And the heavy load, because you know, we're prepared for a few days. We've got our bear cans, we have all of our stuff loaded up, so today's going to be an interesting day. Looks like the weather's going to be absolutely perfect. It was really windy last night. 30-mile-an-hour winds, so hopefully it won't be as windy at Flower Lake. We'll have a little more protection. But ought to be a good start to our adventure for the next few days up here in the high Sierras. Anyway, follow us up the trail as we head over to Flower Lake. All right, we are traversing the side of this ridge right here, and even though we're in full sun, we have a tremendous view looking down toward Owens Valley. That's University Peak up above us here. There's also a waterfall right here, outflow from Little Pothole Lake. We're working up toward Gilbert Lake. We passed a Little Pothole Lake, and now we're working up toward Gilbert Lake. It looks like there's actually like a dam or something built up here, and this is by far the rockiest section we've seen. And we're getting tired. The altitude's getting to us. Oh, we're not too far. We're over 2 miles in so far, and we've only got another half mile to go, maybe. Whew. All right, well, this is Gilbert Lake, the high Sierras, the John Muir Wilderness. Taking the Kearsarge Pass Trail up to this level. We're about, I don't know, 10,300 feet maybe. And gorgeous alpine lake. Lake's pretty deep, actually. It's not, I think you can only see out about 10 feet. I can see people continuing up that direction. So Flower Lake is on the other side over there. That's our eventual destination for today. We're going to take a break here to enjoy Gilbert Lake. Well, right now I'm blowing up the my Thermarest all-season air mattress. I've got my Trekology pillow already blowed up, and I got my sleeping bag just kind of sitting right there, because once I get the air mattress all the way to where I want it, I want to close the valve, turn off the pump, and then lay my sleeping bag up on top so it can fluff up and uncompress from being in the stuff sack on the way up here. But this is our site right here. I take all my stuff out of my backpack right there. Got my beer can right there. My REI FlexLight chair, which is a godsend. Gonna really enjoy that tonight. There's no fires allowed here because we're in the wilderness and because of stage 1 fire restrictions, but we do have, I have a Lucy light, so we will have, and we have headlamps, and I've got my little Lucy light right here, so that'll be my tent light for later. And I'm charging that up right now. It's been charging before, it's probably fine, so let's go take a look and see how everybody else is doing. All right, looks like Dave is inflating his pillow. Is that a Trekology pillow too? Or is that
sure
from...
is, man.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't think, mine doesn't have a strap like that.
Well, this is a Big Agnes. I don't know what type of, it's a one-man, of course. I got this one because it has a little bit more headroom, if you will, versus my old one. So it's super convenient, easy to set up, plenty of room, you know, for one person, of course. So, had it for years.
Yeah, it doesn't take up a big footprint, so you can set that sucker anywhere.
Right.
You know, it's narrow at the feet where it needs to be and wide at the shoulders where it needs to be. So, yeah, and it's waterproof. It's got a rain fly on it, so it looks like it'd be a good setup for tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go check up on Jerry, see what he's doing. Jerry's got his tent already set up. As he's changing clothes. So I'm videoing Jerry as he's changing clothes. So you got your Marmot Limelight tent. You've had, how long have you had that tent, Jerry?
Since
10 years or longer?
since we started, whatever we started first at Dinky Lake.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I know your window blew out We're at Thousand Island Lake or something a few years ago. And then,
It flew out in Lyle Canyon, Yosemite.
oh, Lyle
We
Canyon
were
in
setting up
Yosemite.
in a rain.
Oh, that's right. I
storm,
remember that. Yeah.
And it poked one of the poles.
Oh,
I was
gotcha.
putting the cover on too fast.
But you taped it. You made a
duct tape works really good.
yeah, I made a repair. So there's nobody else here at the lake so far. I got to go back and check up on my thermarest before it pops. Well, as you can tell, it's cooled off quite a bit. It's what is the temperature, Jerry? 49 degrees, and it's only 6 o'clock, so it's going to get a little chilly tonight. I went ahead and had my coffee already that I made with my alcohol stove. So now I'm going to fire up my MSR Pocket Rocket 2, and I'm going to heat up some my dinner. And tonight is chili mac and beef. So I already pre-measured 12 ounces of water, and then now I just got to, when this starts to get to a rolling boil, pour it in here, stir it up, and let it sit, reconstitute. Don't forget to take out the desiccant. But anyway, it's temperature's dropping, so I had to add my merino wool sweater. I had to put on a beanie and gloves. I'm actually wearing tights underneath my kilt, so pretty soon the down jacket's going to come out, so it's going to get cold, especially if we're not having a fire tonight. This should be ready here pretty quick. It only takes about 3 minutes to come to a rolling boil. I think I'm pretty close here because I think I see steam coming out.